Pisces, thanks for visiting. This is reading for February the 10th to the 16th. I'm not going to say any more introduction because I'm late with some of these and I want to get this out as quickly as I can for you. So I'm just going to start right now. Okay, so the first card you have your past is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is all about nurturing, caring, taking care of your money, focus on money. And just looking at this whole reading, before I say anything about this card, obviously this is full of pentacles, full of coins. So that's, I really think that's where this focus is going to be in this whole reading, all on money, work, all that kind of thing. So that's what I'm seeing straight away. Okay, so with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing a few different things here. Obviously you're concentrating on your work, concentrating on your money at this time, because this Queen's concentrating on her money. She's really looking right at this coin. So I am seeing a few problems here. It does feel quite stressful to me. It feels like you had to focus on your money because you're really stressed about that at this time, at one time. I'm seeing lots and lots of extra work. I'm seeing you have to take on a lot of extra hours maybe. You might have even had to take on an extra job or something at this particular time. Now, I'm also getting this protective feeling because that's what this Queen is doing. She's kind of protecting this coin. She's a mother, you know, she's taking care. So you felt quite protective over your money, protective over what you had. Because I think, yeah, there is some kind of a loss here. There's some kind of financial loss. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm seeing all this extra work here. It feels like it's not your fault that you took this hit. It feels like somebody else came and did something. I'm not sure what that is. I'm seeing a bit of recklessness here. So someone might have been a bit reckless with their spending, someone who you were close to. So I think someone went down and they kind of pulled you down. So that's what I'm getting there. Really awful. So whoever this is, it looks, sorry about that motorbike, I don't know what that is. So it feels like it might be a love connection, or it might have been at one time, because you're very, very close to them. And if you're in a relationship, especially if you're married, you might not have been, but if you're in a relationship with someone, quite often your finances are close to each other. You know, you're working out, especially if you live together, you're working out kind of what to spend on what and all that kind of thing. So it looks like your finances were tied in some way, maybe not totally, but in some way, because when they took this hit or whatever they did, you were affected by that. That's what I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing lots and lots of spending. I'm seeing a really reckless person, actually. And, you know, I'm seeing money going out with this kind of recklessness, but there's also money coming in as well. It's like on this cycle, because I'm just looking at this Two of Pentacles as well down there, and it's kind of cycling around. So it's like money's coming in and it's going out. So maybe this reckless person thought, well, you know, I'm spending a lot of money, but it's okay, it's coming in, I'm fine, you know, it's always going to be there. And of course, things don't always turn out like that. And again, with this Two of Pentacles, what comes up must come down, which is gravity. So, you know, it's never always like that, you know, and you know that if you've ever run a business or whatever, nothing's ever 100% certain when it comes to the flow of money. It's just a flow. And, you know, if you're wise about money, of course, you save, when times are good, you save for the bad times. I don't think that's what this person did, because obviously they're quite a reckless person. So I can see that, and I can see that you're with this person, and I think it was probably a love connection. Very, very, very stressful. There's a lot of stress here. Again, my eye keeps on going down to this Two of Pentacles, and he's extremely stressed. Also, the Four of Pentacles, he's like that as well. So, yeah, so you did really care about them. You really, really did care about them. So I think you stayed for a lot longer than you really should have. I think you realise that now. So I'm seeing you going along. There was a lot of stress because of this spending anyway. So that was there for a start. So there's stress there. But then I'm seeing a big realisation here as well on top of that. So it's like this thing suddenly came to light, and it really feels like the mood changed, the whole mood changed, the whole atmosphere changed. It's a bit like, you know when it's a really sunny day And if you're inside and it feels really bright and it kind of, the sun's lighting up the whole room, and then suddenly some clouds go over where the sun is and it goes really dark and it just feels really different. So I think that's what happened. The atmosphere suddenly got really dark, it really changed with this thing that came out. So they were spending, this is what I'm getting, they were spending money on silly things, but it wasn't just that. They were spending money on something they were hiding. Yeah, they were spending money on someone they were hiding. Okay, so yeah, so I hate this. I hate to see this for you, but this is what I'm seeing. It might not resonate, but it is for someone. It's definitely for someone. There's a third person here, or there was, because you've got the Two of Pentacles juggling two people. So if that resonates, that explains this big revelation. That explains this big separation. So obviously very, very sad time, very difficult time, lots and lots of stress. It would have been even sadder if you had have stayed, because you know, the long-term damage to your emotional health and your finances would have been way worse than they are now. And I think you can see that looking back, but it's still extremely stressful. It feels like you're still going through this kind of stressful time with all this money. So that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the next card you have, your past, is the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, this is obviously, he's holding on to every cent, he's holding on to every penny. So that's what you're doing, you're holding on to all your money, holding on to everything, very, very stressed, trying to you know, fix all the damage for yourself. I'm seeing you separated from this person now, so by yourself, just like this man, all by himself, having to kind of, you know, scrape around for things. Very, very sad situation. So yeah, you've been through a really difficult time if this is you, and but you know, now you don't have this person around you. There might be less money around, but you know where you are. You might, even if you've got a tiny bit of money, you know where it is. You know where it is, because I think when you were with them, you didn't know where you were with money. You know, you'd kind of look in your bank account and you go, well, I've got this bill to pay, and I'm looking in my account and I can see there's all this money in there, so that's fine. It's due tomorrow, so when I go to pay that, I can cover that bill. That's an example. And then you'd go the next day and you'd check it again, and it'd be really low. And there'd be all this panic and stress because of this reckless person. So even though you have less now, you don't have that panic. You don't have that roller coaster, which is in the Two of Pentacles. You don't have these ups and downs and there's stress about this. You've still got stress, but you're the only one in charge now. So you know where you are with money. So you're in a much better position. It might not feel like that. It probably doesn't feel like that at all if you feel like this man in this card, hanging on to everything, but you are much better off. And you know, if it's, you are way better off, because if they've, especially if they've had a third person, and especially if they're spending, or they were spending money on them and they've run away with them, which is, I think that might have happened. I think they might have gone off with this person. So if that's happened, you don't want anyone around you who's going to make you hurt, embarrassed, upset, all those things, stressed. You're way better off with a little bit of money that you can, you know, you can be in charge of yourself. So the other thing I'm seeing here is, yeah, okay, yeah, I think they have gone off with this other person. Yeah, they've gone off with this other person, and they've left you like this. Yeah, and you've turned your back on them. If you look at this man, he's turned his back on the city that's behind him, on the town, and so you've turned your back on them now, and you've turned your back on some other people who are supporting them. So that's the other thing I'm seeing there. Yeah, if that resonates with you, it might not. That's just what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the last card you have, your past, is the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so all this again, up and down with money, roller coaster with money. You might actually literally be moving money from one place to another to kind of pay this and, you know, sort everything out, because you've got a lot to sort out. That's what I'm seeing. Don't be angry with yourself. Don't be angry with yourself, because I'm getting this kind of, oh, why didn't I see this sooner? I'm so stupid. Why did I stay with this person? Why did I do that? I feel really ashamed. If you feel ashamed, don't feel ashamed. The shame's on them. The shame is on them. There's no shame in loving someone. There's no shame in trusting someone. The shame's in spending money on a third party and running away with them. That's where the shame is. So you have no reason to feel ashamed if this is you. You have no reason to feel stupid. You're doing your absolute best that you can. I can see that. And you are going to get out of this. Do you know why? Because I can see you're a really creative person. You've got a really creative mind. And you're doing your best to get out of this now. You're in kind of survival mode right now, if you're still in this. But later on, you're going to use your creativity to get yourself up onto another level again. So don't worry, just keep on going down the road you're going. You're on the right track if this all resonates with you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the first card you have your present is, the horrible Nine of Swords. Horrible card. Okay, I don't want you to stress too much about this. You've got enough stress anyway, so I don't think it's anything too terrible. Obviously, if you've been through all this stress and if you're still going through this, you're probably having trouble sleeping, which is what this can be about, and that makes sense. You are going to get out of this. You might have already, but I think the feeling I'm getting is that you might still be in at least some of this problem. So the worst is going to pass, and then it's going to gradually keep on getting better. So I feel as if I have to keep on telling you that if you're still in this, if this is you. Okay, there's something else here now. This is okay. So I think I think they are still with this person, this third party. Now, there's stress around them. There is stress around them. This person who left you, if they're with this third party, if this is all resonating with you, there is stress around them. There's stress around a couple, because I'm seeing a couple and I'm seeing a big cloud around this couple. It's very, very dark, just like on this card. It's really strange because there's no talking. It feels really silent. So there's some kind of underlying issue there, and they're not talking about it. There's no talking. Now, there's guilt. There's definitely guilt there. They're not showing their guilt though. They're not showing it to the outside world, but it's there. There is definitely guilt there. I'm seeing that. It feels like unspoken guilt because there's all this silence. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. Okay, I have to tell you this. This might not apply to everyone, but this is what I'm seeing. So I'm going to say this now. There might be a few sexual problems in this relationship. Because if you look at this card, obviously this is a bed. And there's obviously bad feelings around the bedroom, which is what this card's all about. So, and the reason why this woman's so upset, it's in the base of this bed. If you look closely at the base of this bed, you might not be able to see, but there's a carving of someone being stabbed in the base of this bed. So someone is being hurt in the base of this bed. And if you're in the, if it's on the base, obviously it's underneath everything that's happening. So what's underpinning this guilt, what's underpinning these problems in this bed, in this bedroom, is this feeling of guilt because someone was hurt. And obviously, if this is resonating with you, the person that was hurt is or was you. So that's what I'm seeing. I hope that all makes sense to you. So they're having a lot of problems in the bedroom. There's a lot of guilt there. They're not really talking about this. That's what I'm seeing. Now, on the surface, it looks like everything's fine. They might be posting on social media. They might be saying, oh, aren't we so happy? That might stress you out every time you see that. I don't know. I hope you've blocked them. But behind closed doors, it's not fantastic. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. First time I have ever seen that in that card. Okay. So the next card you have your presence, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't want to keep on seeing this, but it's here again. Third party, 3 pentacles, 3 people, and now 2 of the people are together, which is what I was seeing in the 9 of Swords. So they've gone up with this other person, and there's 1 person by themselves, which is you. So 1 person's on one side, on the left-hand side, 2 people on the right-hand side together as a couple. You have the higher ground by yourself, because you're up on this platform, so you've got the moral high ground. So that's what that's telling me in that card. Now, there's something else here. It looks like some kind of proposal. Yeah, something around work, I think, something around work. If you're thinking of proposing something, it feels like a pay rise or a promotion or something. I'm getting this feeling of, this being overdue. So you're owed this extra money at work or something. It's like you were promised this and you know you should have this. And I think you see this person going past, whether it's your boss or someone, you think, when are they going to talk about this? They promised this. I'm waiting for them. When are they going to come and say, oh, let's talk about this promotion or this pay rise? And yeah, you're waiting for them to come and talk to you. You're waiting for someone else to take action. I think this is your boss or something like that. So if this is resonating with you, I've got to tell you, I don't think it's going to happen if it's left to them. I think you're going to have to say something. You're going to have to arrange a meeting or something like that. Okay, I'm just seeing this. Just be careful of one-on-one meetings with this person, because I'm getting this kind of, oh, it's your word against mine. Oh, I don't remember you saying that. I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. All that kind of thing. So if that's making sense, if you know this person's a bit like that, make sure there's someone else, at least 3 people in this meeting, so you've got someone else who's heard things. Just like what's on this card, 3 people in a meeting. Yeah, I just think you'll have a much better chance of getting what you want if you do that. But don't wait. Do something about this, because they're not going to do anything. If you don't do anything, they're not going to do anything. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So please take action on that if that's you. Okay, so the last card you have for your present is the 5 of Wands. Yeah, look at this mess. This is a big mess. I think this is about this proposal, this work thing. Now, whoever this is you're waiting for, if it's your boss, might not be, they're not well organised. You can see that on this card. They're not well organised. And maybe that's why this was promised or something or whatever, and then it wasn't delivered or followed up or something, because they're just badly organised. So you've got to take action on this. They're not going to do that. And you have to have witnesses in this meeting. Otherwise, they might say, I don't remember that. I've forgotten. Oh, So you're going to have to take action, and you're going to have to be organised. You're going to have to be proactive. All of that. I'm not getting a bad feeling around them. It's not like they're deliberately holding this money from you or whatever. It's just they're very disorganised. They might be there is a little bit of a cover up here. So they might cover their tracks. They're badly organised, they do the wrong thing and they cover it up. So there's a little bit of that, but there's nothing really malicious here. So yeah, witnesses are a good thing. That's what that means. And yeah, you can't rely on them. You cannot rely on this person. You've got to take charge. You've got to take action in this if that resonates. So similar thing again. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Ace of Pentacles, which is amazing. So here we are. So I told you were going to get out of this if you're in this. I told you, and here you are. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the coin of all coins. This is the money of all monies, if that makes sense. The money of all monies. So fantastic. You've been through so much and you really, really deserve this. I'm really happy to see this here, especially if you've been betrayed, which is what I'm seeing. There is a betrayal here. I keep on seeing that if that resonates with you. So all these 3 cards are really, really interesting. There is going to be a big turning point for you, I think, especially if you're still in the middle of this struggle. I'm not sure exactly where you are. Now, okay, so if you're going after this promotion or whatever this is, this rise, this money thing, so that looks really, really good. That looks really positive. I think you're going to be well prepared. I think you are going to go in. I think you are going to get some kind of a rise. It might not be amazing, but it's something. There's some kind of money increase. So that's a good thing. Now, that's good, obviously, but that's not what's on this Ace of Pentacles. That's what's on the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is all about the workplace, cogs in a wheel. Look at these 3 coins. 3 cogs in a wheel turning around. So that's all about being part of a system, part of a company or something like that. The Ace of Pentacles is independent. It's about, here is this great, big, huge thing for you coming out of the sky. It's your independence. It's your gift. It's your gift to independence. It's your gift to stability. So that's what you're getting in the Three of Pentacles, that's a drop in the ocean compared to this. So what I'm seeing here is, again, I was seeing this before somewhere, I can't remember where, but you've got this creativity, and I think your creativity is going to get you up to this amazing new level of this Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this and the Fool card together, because you've got them together and I hardly ever see them together. That's a very powerful combination of those two. Okay, so with the Ace of Pentacles, there's this beautiful coin and it's coming out of a cloud, it's coming out of the sky for you. So that shows me that this is something that's coming to you from out of the sky. So it's coming from above. It's a gift coming from above. So this might sound a little bit strange, but this is what I'm kind of seeing in this. I don't know if you've got an ancestor. You might have an ancestor who was really creative, like you. Maybe they did something creative in their work, something like that. It feels like they were quite successful or very successful, because this is the Ace of Pentacles. And I'm seeing a big name, like a big name in the sky. That's what I'm seeing, a big, big name. So they might have made a big name for themselves. Very successful. They might have been well known, I don't know. I think you might have something of them in your home, actually. You might have a piece of their work. You might have a picture of their work. You might have a picture of them. I'm seeing that. There's a book as well. I don't know what that is about. It might be a book of their work. I don't know. I'm seeing a book. And that's in your home as well, I think. So if you recognize, if this is making sense to you, there's a message coming from them, I think, to you. Do this creative thing. That's going to get you out of this cog wheel situation, and it's going to get you into a big, huge, amazing, turnaround in your money. Not just in your money, but in your, in your, what's the word? I can't think of the word. You're just going to feel a lot more satisfied if you're doing something creative. That's what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of the word that I was trying to say. Anyway. So yeah, I don't want you to worry too much about this, because I think this might feel a little bit scary to you. You might think, oh, I'm in work at the moment, and that's fine, and I've got to get myself out of this terrible thing, and staying in work and building up my money, that's going to get me out of this. Yes, you are right. It is going to get you out of your immediate problem that you're in if you're struggling. Yes, work, save, get that cushion behind you, get that nest egg behind you. Absolutely, you're right about that. But if you want to get onto a big level, you've got to get out of that at some time, and you've got to get into whatever it is, your own business or something like that, using your creativity. So yeah, that's where the real stability is for you. Now, obviously, the Fool looks really scared. He looks like he's jumping off a cliff. It's like, oh, I'm jumping off a cliff. So the message there is, you don't have to do everything right now. You don't have to jump off the cliff right now. Again, save for that nest egg. Stay where you are. Get yourself stable again. If you've got any debts, pay them off. Do all that. Get yourself back into, into a proper standing financially, and then look into this. But don't just sit and wait while you're doing that. Do little things to build this up. So start researching. Start, just doing little things. Do a little thing every day toward that. And then by the time you're ready to jump off this cliff, you'll have a lot of things already set up for you. I'm seeing a workplace that you need to set up as well at home. You might have to do that as well. So that might make a difference. I don't know, that might resonate. There's a black and white picture as well. It might be of this ancestor. I'm just seeing that too. So there's some kind of book. I keep on seeing a book. Anyway. So I'm going to go on to now the King of Wands. So, okay, so yeah, so this king's really adventurous. Actually, do you know what I'm seeing? I think this ancestor of yours might have travelled to somewhere really exotic, because I'm seeing, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing cloth, fabric, and I'm seeing an exotic place where they had beautiful fabrics, woven fabrics. So it might just be that they wore kind of, they were a bit eccentric and they wore all these different fabrics and things, but I'm seeing that as well. I don't know whether that makes any sense to anyone or not. I just saw that and it came out, and I'm seeing that again in this king, because you've got all these amazing robes. You've got, you know, green and red and yellow and gold and everything all together, really amazing. So that's standing out to me in this card, and he's really adventurous as well, this king. So that's where I'm getting that exotic travel from. So I'm seeing that in this ancestor as well, maybe, if that resonates. So yeah, again, this is just really reinforcing what I was seeing in the Fool card. You don't need to leap off the cliff all at once. This king's adventurous, but you know, he's not leaving yet. He's not moving yet. He's still sitting there. He knows he has to plan things before he actually leaps off the cliff or gets up and walks. So that's another message for you there. Build everything up. Don't take your mind off this Ace of Pentacles though. Keep your mind on that. That is the end goal for you. You've got to get yourself stable again if you're not already financially, and then the big focus is on this Ace of Pentacles, and the key to that is your creativity. So I really, really hope this resonates with you, Pisces, because it's absolutely beautiful. Not the first bit, but yeah, the last bit obviously, but yeah. Okay, so general readings can't always resonate with everyone, as you know, but yeah, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to, if you liked this reading, and thank you for watching.